welcome back to my YouTube channel and blog. Today we're involved in a celebration blog hop. Scrapping for Less has a design team member, Christine Patterson, that has reached 500 subscribers. So as part of that, we're going to do a little blog hop. So all the links will be provided down below on who to pop over and check out next. Today we're going to use this stamp set, which is sort of an oldie but a goodie. It's from my favourite thing. It's called Adorable Elephant. It's super cute. It's going to be a really, really simple little card. We're just going to struggle with this stamp a little bit because it's super, super sticky. But it's so cute. I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo black ink to stamp it up, because we're going to be using my Copics to colour it in, and we're going to stamp it twice. This is some post-it note, and it's just a full stick post-it note that we can make a mask for, because we're going to do a bit of stenciling for the background too. So I've got it comes with a couple of little balloons, so I thought it might be cute if we use the little heart balloon, and we're going to again mask it out so we can add a couple in there. And we're going to change where the string, that's the word, the string is going, so we can have a little bit different. And this is before I sort of got too lazy, well, when I was being lazy, and decided to stamp mask it out. And I hadn't cut it out, sorry. So you don't need to see me cut all those bits and pieces out. So in a minute we're going to come back and it's going to be like magic, and it's all already going to be cut out. There we go. So we're going to make a couple of masks and mask all those little balloons, and they're just all going to be little heart balloons because I thought it was just a bit too cute. And that's the great thing with the full stick post-it notes. It doesn't really matter. You're not restricted to where you stamp it all in. Stamp it all out on the... And we're just going to fuss with this. There we go. Where you stamp it out on the post-it note, it's still going to be sticky. See, that's super cute. So we're going to cut these out now. And what we're going to do, so we've got our inks there. This is a Crafter's Workshop, and we've got the Squeezed Lemon and Scattered Straw Distressed Oxide inks, and we're just going to use a blending brush, and I'm just going to use the Scattered Straw just in the center there. First I'm going to put the Squeezed Lemon down, and we're just going to use the Scattered Straw just in the center there, because I just thought I just want a little bit of variation just in the center, and that's pretty much it. I'm just going to keep applying until I'm happy with the amount that I've got down, and that's it, done. Clean it off with a baby wipe for the next time I want to use it. Quick clean up. And probably don't use a baby wipe on that stencil. It's probably a little bit thin. So I'm going to dry it all off for you. So because I've got dark coloured nail polish on, I'm using a knife to remove all the masks so we can start colouring. Because sometimes if you have really dark nail polish on, it can leave a little bit of a mark, and we don't want to. I have enough trouble with leaving marks with ink, so there he looks. Isn't he cute? So this is just a Sharpie pen because I know I'm going to colour him in alcohol inks, but it didn't really matter because I wasn't going to colour in near the image. But because the oxides sit on top, I just wanted that to go over and make it a little bit darker again, and add a couple little bits and pieces on the bottom. So these are all our markers that we're using. So BV 25, 23 and 20. If I had my time again, I possibly would have changed one of the markers, mostly on the right hand side of the little balloon on the right hand side, but it worked out all right. So we're just going to colour it in. So I've just put in a little bit of the lighter colour. I did start with my darker, but I came back in and did my lighter colour because that's what I usually do, just map out where my shading is up. And just fill it all in, working my way out, filling in the shadings. Generally speaking, using the right yib. And also with the one on the right, for some reason, I was having issues with my blending. So we had to use a bit of a tip-to-tip technique just to add that little bit of extra medium gradient, shall we say. This is the one that we've got. So we've got V09, 06 and 04. And this is the one that I'd probably, if I had to do it again, I'd probably do the one in the middle the same as it is, and then the left and the right probably the same. So we've put a bit of a lighter in, and then we're going to come back in, and you'll see I have to do the tip-to-tip technique just to give it an in-between shading, because it just wasn't working very well. So down below in the description bar is the link for the next person, and you can follow along, and it's a bit of fun, and hopefully you enjoy it. And over on my blog there'll be close-up pictures of this, and also the description of what colours I've used and everything else. So please stop over and have a look. This is super simple, so I don't really know what else I'm going to tell you. And there goes dig my things. So we've got the V28, 25 and 22. And I quite like this colour. This is one of my favourite colours. The BV25 is a favourite as well, but I really like V28, 25 and 22. Just mapping in our colours. So I hope everyone is well and enjoying, if it's still early May 2020 when you see this video. We're enjoying our little period of isolation. What a unique time to be alive. Hopefully our kids will never be able to say that they had to do this like more than once. Let's just hope that this is the first time, done, dusted, end of story, see you later sort of situation. It's a moment in history really, isn't it? So we're going to come in now with our C's. So C7, 5, 3 and 1, just for our elephant. And again, the same deal. Map out my shadows. Thinking about, I sort of made my light source to be the top right hand, but in other parts I sort of changed it a little bit. I don't think I was really thinking, but I don't think it's really going to matter too much. So generally it's in the top right, so he's going to have shading underneath his little ear, underneath his, it's an arm, so to speak. Not that elephants have arms, but it's sort of an arm. But it's rounded, so it's going to have a little bit of a shadow compared to the top. And as I'm going, because I was just going to use the C's again for the ground, so I've just added the C's in because I like to ground my little people, my little animals, people, things. Ground everything anyway. I'm just thinking, had a little bit probably on the top of his ears, just where it's going. Just thinking, okay, so I've taken the nib off this because in previous videos you'll see that I actually had issues with this. Is a relatively new marker and it would bleed everywhere under the sun. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it would bleed. So just to make sure, I've just taken the nib off, the cap off the other end, and I don't know why, it just seems to equalize the pressure. So we're also going to use some R20 just for inside of his ears and also his toes, fingernails. Okay, an elephant has 4 legs. It doesn't have arms. But do you often see an elephant walking on 2 legs? That's the problem I have here. So I'm going to play around, and I know I'm sort of a little bit too low, but you know, there we go. I'm going to play around with this and where this all goes. So I settle on having it just down the bottom, just as a form part of his ground. And we're going to stamp it up. I'm going to make sure it's straight here, because that's what I'm doing, because you can't see, because I'm an idiot and I'm too low on the screen. I say that in a playful way because it's a learning curve, people. It's a learning curve. Some memento. There we go. And we're going to stamp it black so it's nice and solid. See what I mean? Like, I didn't go near the Sharpie marker at all. And we're just going to, I'm going to top it up and make sure the colour, because you can see a little bit of the yellow. The stenciling, I'm going to top it up a little bit. But apart from a bit of bling, so because that balloon stood out a little bit too much, I brought in some sequins. I've cut this down to be 14.1 centimeters by 9.7. And I'm going to mat that up, and this is just a bit of purple from my stash, purple cardstock. I found a cardstock that sort of matched that balloon to tie it all in. And we're also going to use some sequins to help bring in that balloon. See, that looks better. And the purple cardstock is cut 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. I use a little bit of wet glue just to give myself some wiggle room, because otherwise I usually put it on crooked and I have a hard time getting it back up. So I'm using my brand new microphone, so hopefully it's a bit clearer, a bit sharper, and just nicer. So hopefully it's all good. So we've decided with this one. I think I go back and I put a couple of the other ones out to see whether I like it or what the deal was. But we go with this one in the end. And this darker purple. We're going to play around with the... This is my process. Does that look any good? No, decided against it. And you sort of can't just come back to it until you find your little happy place. I really played with it, didn't I? So this is a little Marvy picker, I think it's called, and has 2 ends that are sort of a little bit sticky, and it's really great for picking up sequins. I just use my fingernail to help me, well, in some places, to help me get it off the little end of the tool. And we're using some multi-matte medium, which keeps clogging up. It's super easy. we're just going to stick a pin in it and that's it. I'm yet to find a better way to unclog my multi-matte medium. And that's pretty much the card. Like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it. Follow along to the next person.